Well, Schubert belongs to the classical period, but he's also a bit, I mean, if he had lived a few years longer, I bet he would have become a romantic composer. You can see that many of his final sonatas were already leaning towards the romantic style. But still, he definitely belongs to the classical era. But as for why he liked using the same notes, it's because he primarily wrote songs. When it comes to singing, there are many ways to sing them, right? So there's more variety compared to an instrument. Well, not necessarily. If an instrument is played well, the tonal variations could actually be even greater than in singing, in a sense. It might not be as obvious, but if you listen closely, the subtle nuances can be very different because of the harmony. This piece is actually almost like an art song. You could even add lyrics to it yourself. You could take some lyrics from Schubert's Winterreise and layer them on top. You really can sometimes. When you can't find the right feeling while playing, you have to look for works with a similar style to inspire yourself, truly motivate yourself. Otherwise, you might end up playing for ages, maybe even a really long time, without even realizing what you're actually doing. So I think that trying out some lyrics from Winterreise would be very interesting. Now, as for Schubert, he wasn't extremely romantic, of course, because he was really just entering the early stages of the Romantic era. But the romantic spirit is definitely there. Even Bach's works really need to have a romantic spirit. All right, let's talk a bit about how to perform this very lyrical and expressive piece of his. What's most important here? The harmonic support. Because if you played it like Liszt, it wouldn't work. It's not right. The flavor is off. So for him, you need to make the harmony flow very smoothly. Generally speaking, that will create the right effect. Because in a piece like this, you can't change the fingering. How could you? There aren't enough fingers for that. You can't change it, right? So it's actually just one finger. Look, for example, the fifth finger. And you can't keep changing positions either. I mean, a lot of the time if you're playing, the sound is different. How can you change it? It's all in there. Just as you want to change. You have other notes too. So what do? So you can't really change it. Just play the harmony. And that's it. For example, let's try. That was before. And what about here? Change. Change. I've tried many times, When I'm playing Schubert, I want to express something extra, but in the end, I feel it's meaningless. Because the more you express, the more it feels wrong. It's like it's originally a very sophisticated lyrical piece. But then you add so much emotion, it's like overusing that sentimentality. It becomes very, very undignified. It just feels like a lot of things are just unnecessary additions. So for a work like this, I think you should just follow its structure and build it up gradually. You can express more in the middle, yes, express in the middle, but at the start, just keep the sound in this state. And that's it. Do it well, and then press the pedal first, press it down. A steady heart. fingering, change. And then the pedal, just a light touch. The simpler it is, the more lyrical, the better, right? The more you do, the less it means. Yes, and now it's fine. Fingering. It's like Schubert's works. That is to say, I know sometimes you want, to play something with a bit of character, but it's hard to use rhythm and this so-called significant change in tone color. To do it is almost of no use at all. Right, and it often has the opposite effect. This is to say, the difference between each composer. This is a very, very striking and memorable example. That is, for instance, when you compare the music of Liszt and Schubert. I think, although both have beautiful melodies, the styles, honestly, are just completely and utterly worlds apart,